from a different star, flying over streets and the broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts.
Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Come along today for a jumping clinic with a 5-star event rider, Andrew James. It's our first time training with him, never been to his venue, seen his jumps or anything before. It was a riding club clinic that was organised, so we thought we would hop on, get some jumping practice in. Why not? Yeah, and I thought I would bring you guys along for the ride too. Let's go. So unfortunately it was quite windy up at Andrew's, and so as a result you can't hear him too clearly in all the clips. You can just hear a lot of wind noise. So I thought I would try and voice over to give you an idea of what was going on. So we warmed up and then we started going through these pole distances, just trying to work on keeping a consistent rhythm. And yeah, we did that in trot and then we did it in canter, counting the number of strides and seeing if we needed to shorten or lengthen to make the distance. So here, Andrew was really getting me to focus on my leg position, so keeping that straight line from my shoulder to my hip to my heel and keeping the weight really in my heel, because otherwise I was having a tendency to lean back through my shoulders and then drive with my seat, which was then affecting Mega's canter rhythm. So we worked through this exercise, really working on that, and it made a big difference. It was also really interesting because Andrew had said he'd ridden some kissing spine horses before and how they have a tendency to still be sensitive through their back, which Mega definitely is. And he was saying that if you put more weight through your heel, then you don't have to actually really have much weight onto their back at all. You can keep quite a light seat even though your bum is still in the saddle. And yeah, we were finding that that was making a big difference and really allowing Mega to travel and come up through her back and use herself much better as well. We were then working down the same line, but we'd put some fences in, and it was safe to say Mega was feeling very keen and very up for it. Yeah, look at her go. Then we moved on to the next exercise, which was coming to a set of planks just on a dog leg off the outside track there, and then round up to a double of water trays. Now, Mega has jumped water trays before, but I wasn't sure, it being a new venue and stuff, whether she would be a bit green and looky, but no, bold as anything, straight over it. Obviously we did have that rail, but yeah, I was really pleased with her. We then came round to do it again. Andrew asked me to go into a light seat, think about the weight into my heel and my lower leg position, and we got a much better shot over the planks. Then just a quick change of lead and come back round to the water trays, which she jumped much better this time round. Next up was our first oxa, and it was quite a decent size, bigger than we've been jumping recently, and it had some fillers underneath it, so I don't know as well if that sort of got into my head, but we were coming in and she just backed off. I did try and kick and get her to go, but she was like no, but we came straight back round, and with a bit more of encouragement she popped it nicely. So you might have heard me in that last clip say, well, that's what happens when you run. So Andrew, because she kept rushing and in that distance, asked us to just do the first fence and then put in a circle so that Mega wouldn't necessarily just anticipate that we were going to keep going in the straight line, and maybe get her considering that we might not be doing that, we might be doing something else. So she was popping that first element really, really sweetly, coming round, staying in that same canter. So then Andrew said to then carry back on and go to the red spread, but just see if we can try and maintain the same rhythm. She does still try and rush off. We get a bit of a head up in the air, but it was a lot better.
Back down.
Andrew then said, did we want to pop a couple of the arena cross-country fences? Now here, I don't know what line I was taking Mega on, but bless her, she had no idea where she was going. So I took her round the red spread, gave her a clear direction as to where we were going, and shock horror, she popped it very nicely.
Go on, yes. Don't be surprised, come on. Oh, she's going. Yes.
Crazy lipper. Crazy lipper. Look at it. Look at that crazy lip. Look at that crazy lip. Look at that crazy lip. Look at it. Big slobbery kisses. Big slobbery kisses. We've just got back now. I'm just about to change Megwin's rug and put her out in the field for a little bit, but I am so pleased with how that session went. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't foot perfect. We had a couple of looks at a couple of things, but it was so much better than if we'd have done that clinic like even a month or so ago. Those fences were a lot bigger than what we've been jumping recently, and yeah, after she'd had, oh dear, we're a little bit tired, a little look at them, she was then like gung-ho and there was no stopping her. The spread at the end of the related distance, like she was just flying over. I was actually having to like have a bit of a fight with her to not just tank and run at it. But yeah, a lot of Andrew's tuition was really useful, working on me and my position, trying to make me think and be more conscious about having the weight in my heel, which helps keep me in balance and keep my position a little bit more secure, which will help Megwin then create a much nicer shape over the jump and be just a little bit more careful with her back legs, which was something we were keen to improve on after the combined training last weekend, wasn't it, Meggie? But yeah, she was awesome. I was so pleased with like how she just took on those arena cross country fences. Yeah, I'm so pleased with her, really chuffed. So yeah, I am now going to put Megs out in the field. She's going to have a couple of hours before I bring her in for the evening, but I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along for this little spontaneous vlog. I wasn't planning on vlogging necessarily. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you for another video very soon. Until then, bye!